Hello, my name is Richity, and welcome back to episode 5 of the Create Academy server. Now, between episodes, just like usual, I did a little bit of building. I added these lampposts around the edge of the top layer. I'll probably add them on the bottom layer, but that'll be once I actually add like the path and whatever else, which will probably be after I dig out the big like shaft in the center. Besides that, I worked on the iron farm. It's a bit dark, but I think it's fine because I'll probably be adding some decorations in the middle with something I have planned for later. But then I also added something that'll just press down the iron into iron ingots, and then it'll get deposited onto this funnel, and when I take one, some more come out. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been running for that long, so there's not that much in it, but it has provided me with a good amount of iron, like all around, like almost 2 stacks I have right now. And then I also upgraded the smelting setup here. So let me demonstrate really quick. So in order to showcase why this is better than how it was before, is that I can throw in however many stacks of like things to smelt, and it'll all get dropped into here. And then as soon as it's done smelting, I have this filter on it, which is set to not accept anything that can be smelted. So no matter what I throw in, if it can be smelted, it won't go down. So yeah, as soon as it's smelted, like ingots cannot be smelted anymore, so they'll get sucked right down, and they will be available for me to grab. Now I'm thinking that the plan for this episode is going to be like building up some tools that'll be useful for me later. What I'm thinking right now, first thing I want to get is actually in the quest book, so I'll look at it from there. It's the copper jetpack, because I think that'll be really nice for building, because I think it lets you like hover. But of course, it needs a hydraulic engine, which I don't have yet. Like, I need to get a spout set up, which I was actually planning to do anyway. So I say let's get that started. I actually have the stuff in it already, or the stuff already in my inventory. I just need to grab a couple buckets of water. So I'm thinking I'll set it up right here. I'm going to have 2 of these spouts, for now at least. One of them is going to be providing me with lava, while the other one is providing me with water. And they're pretty easy to use. The lava I actually can't set up quite yet, but I will set up the water right now. I mean, for water, all you need to do, 2 buckets of water, mechanical pump, and then you just need it to be accessing a infinite water source. So just like that, and now the mechanical pump will be getting all the water that it could need. And I'll just throw down some of this stuff for now. There will be lava in here that I'll use to go into the mechanical spout here, or to go into the spout there. So I think that's pretty much hooked up right now. Now ideally, I just need to get a depot. And if I throw anything on that, like let's say bucket, then it'll get filled with water. It's a bit slow, but it's good enough for now. Thankfully, the hydraulic engine itself, it's actually really easy. Like, you just need a copper sheet, pretty much, and then it's like free. Wow, they hardly even need any water. I was expecting it to be at least like a full bucket. Eventually, I'll probably like automate this kind of thing, but for now, I'll just do it manually. Right, and with that, got 3 hydraulic engines. I crafted 3. I don't need 3. Well, actually, 3 is for even less than I thought they were. Definitely don't need 3. And there we go. So I'm just gonna try and figure out how this works. I'm assuming you can fill it with water. No, that's not how it works. So I need to fill it with water by dropping it? Oh, okay. It's not full, so I guess I was just trying to figure out how this works. So yeah, I can just like, I guess, fly around a little bit. That'll be nice. And then I think if I shift while sneak, or space while sneaking, I can like, yeah, hover. And it doesn't even use that much water, so this will be very nice for like these lampposts. I need to like build up for each one, but with this I can just like kind of stand up here and like build them, you know? Like I won't ever need to build scaffolding again, I guess. That'll be really nice. But next up, I wanted to make the portable drill. Now it's a bit more complicated, but I think it won't be too hard. The one thing I need is deployers. Now, deployers aren't too hard to craft, but I haven't crafted one yet, so I'll just walk it through it. So, yes, you need 4 brass sheets and 1 andesite alloy to make the brass hand. And then you take the brass hand, an andesite casing, and an electron tube, and you get your deployer. So, if I take a look at that steam engine again, it will be, so it's 1 cogwheel, 1 large cogwheel, 1 propeller, and 1 andesite alloy for each step, or for each sequence, and you need to do that 3 times. Alright, so this works similarly to the hydraulic one I just made. You place your sheet there, and then for doing it manually, just hold them in order, wait until it applies, and then switch to the next one. And there it is. Next up, let's see. I need 2 more cogwheels, 1 brass ingot, and a portable brass head, which is 7 more brass ingots. And there it is. I would assume you fill it up in a similar way you do with the portable, or the copper jetpack. So I hold this in my offhand. I think it just, yeah, I need coal. Oh, I need a lot of coal. So, wow, okay, I'll fill it up with water first then. Hopefully I don't need coal for anything else, because this is going to use like 3 stacks of it. So, yeah, I don't actually know how this thing works. I think it's just like basically a pickaxe. Like if I go down here to test it out, or like if I just mine some stuff, yeah, it just works like a pickaxe. Except I think there's an enchantment you can get on it that'll make it like a 3x3 area, which will be very useful for mining out the rooms for my factories here. So I'm gonna go to spawn and enchant it really quick. I'm gonna test this out now. I'm pretty sure with this enchantment digging, if I mine, it should mine a 3x3 area. Oh yes, it does. I think these ores are just kind of a product of lag and like an anti-X-ray that this server has. But yeah, good to know that it works as expected. Just noticed this. Oh, okay. So I guess this is like a backup fuel source, and also I think I heard you can fill these with I think I heard you can fill them with spouts, so I don't need to like sit in a pool of water. So I'm gonna craft that real quick. Alright, so I think ideally if I put that there, it doesn't get filled. Okay. Oh, I guess there's one for lava as well, for like the other fuel that like things like the portable drill use. Right, I'm thinking while I'm crafting stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and craft that grappling whisk that I didn't craft last time. Requires a heat engine, which is pretty easy, all things considered. And then minecart couplings and a whisk. Right, now that I've got the heat engine, next up is 2 cogwheels, which I've got. I think it was a zinc ingot on the top. And next was the minecart couplings, which pretty easy to craft. Right, and there it is. I actually don't know how this thing works, but I'm excited to see it because grappling hooks are usually fun. There it is. Oh, of course it requires fuel, so anyway, I'm gonna put my stuff away and then go on a mining trip and see how this thing works. See, this thing seems to work just like a normal grappling hook. You just right click on a block and it pulls you towards it. Pretty cool. Works very well with the jetpack. Alright, now I've just gotta find a nice cave that'll lead me to a dripstone cave. That way I can start my lava generation. So I'm gonna go traveling a bit. Alright, so I finally managed to find the dripstone I needed, and I also got some nice diamonds, lapis, and redstone from the mining trip. And now that I've finally got the dripstone, I can start with the lava farm that I'll put right here. And now I can't even remember why I needed a lava farm. If you've never seen a lava farm like this before, basically how it works is you have the lava sources on top above each of the pointed dripstones. Then they will slowly fill up the cauldrons, and once the cauldrons are filled, the mechanical pump right here will take them out and pump them right into this fluid tank, which will then pump them into the spout, which can then fill anything that will be on the depot I'm going to put there. All I need to do right now is just hook up that last mechanical pump to the system. Yep, it does. Okay. Right, so this is going to have to wait until I actually get better power generation. So I think what I'll do right now instead is get another blaze burner so I can actually make a boiler for this room. Because if I get a boiler, then that'll be very useful. Now that I've got the blaze burners, I'm gonna look at the ponder for how the steam engines work, just to give you guys an idea of like what I need to get them running. So first of all, I'm gonna need some fuel tanks, and then I'm going to need the steam engine like actual block, as it shows right here. And then you need some sort of heat source, which you can use campfires, but blaze burners are much more efficient. Although blaze burners do require fuel, as it's showing right here. But basically it just needs heat and water, and then it'll generate stress capacity. I don't need a super big one, so I'm gonna get crafty on that really quick, and I'll get back to you once I've got everything I need. I'm down here underneath where all my old steam engines used to be, my water wheels, and I'm gonna start setting up this steam engine. So they're actually not too hard to set up. I think, well, I'm using blaze burners. I'm probably not going to actually fuel them yet, because I think that this should be enough. I'm going to place this right here, and all that's left is just to get some water. And I'll grab my wrench to turn that around. And then there's going to be one water wheel in this machine, and it's just going to be so that this thing will never run out of, like, power. Like, this thing will be running. I guess it would never stop running for any reason, but I'm still going to use the water wheel because I've got them. Why not? So you can see its stats. It's got 2 bars of size, 1 bar of heat, and it can hold 2 bars of water, but this thing is not running fast enough to actually keep up with that. So I'm going to need to speed this up a lot. Be pretty fast. Yep. Okay, so you can see its water has, like, the water bars have gone up. It's actually getting too much water for the size. If I made it a little bigger, it could handle it. The heat is a bit too low, but it'll be fine. And anyway, so now I can just place a shaft here, and you can see that it's running, and I've got 2,048 stress units. So I'm just gonna grab a gearbox to put right here, and then that'll run right into there. Alright, and this isn't enough, so I'm gonna go get 2 more blazes. Hopefully that should give me enough stress capacity. If not, I'm probably going to need to either increase the size, or I'm gonna need to actually fuel the blazes. So I'm really hoping 2 blaze burners will bring up the heat enough to get me enough stress capacity to run everything, but if it doesn't, I'm probably gonna need to end up actually, like, giving these guys fuel. So I'm gonna grab some lava and see if that gives me enough, and if it doesn't, then I'm probably just gonna find some other way for now. Or I'll just increase the size and get, like, 5 more blaze burners or something. Because ideally, this should have, yeah, it has produced a little bit of lava. I mean, it's not enough to keep a steam engine running, but it should hopefully, it'll give me an idea of if this thing can even run my base here. Okay, so, oh, yes, it can. So, oh, right now it's giving out 16,000 stress units. So, I guess that gives them, like, 20 minutes or whatever of or actually, yeah, I guess it would be close, a little under, maybe like 18 minutes of power. So for now, maybe I'll just I'll just manually come down here and give them power whenever it's needed. What? Oh, that's weird. So I guess anything I had casings on, I'm gonna need to manually reapply. Okay, now why isn't this working? Okay, that should be working. Oh! Now it's actually going too fast. So everything that was sped up is like sped up way too much. So I'm gonna need to slow everything down. Kind of funny. So yeah, once shafts are going too fast, they actually will break. Thankfully, okay, so everything here is running at like max speed right now then. Let me see if I can show you it. But this basically means I can't speed anything up anymore. Good thing everything on this side is running, but I'm gonna need to get everything on this side like running again because... Oh, okay, well that's too much, which means I need to slow things down a bit. As I was just saying. And that over's just it. So I need to slow something down. Now that I'm gonna need to be going down there a lot to fill it up until I make it automated, which I will do eventually, don't worry. I'm gonna leave a trapdoor there. And I just need to hook up this last one down here, and then I should have automatic lava generation as well. That'll be easily accessible. And later on, I could probably even just take the lava from in here and bring it down to the boiler, which, like, since each one gives me like 18 minutes or whatever, it should be more than fast enough to, like, this should be fast enough to keep up with the boiler down there, even though it is 4 blaze burners. Alright, yeah, so you can see this is finally filling up with lava, and I'm gonna close off this wall. I'm gonna put casings on each of these, just to make it look a little bit nicer. Casing right there. I'll make copper casings to fill these up eventually, but for now, I'll just test it out. So if I put a bucket here, you can see it'll fill with lava. And this should also be way faster, so if I put some buckets there, it'll fill them up really quickly. But yeah, anyway, like, this blaze burner, or this steam engine, while it is very manual right now, it's gonna be so nice to have, because everything's moving so much faster, and I can add even more to everything here since it has so much more stress capacity. And I'll probably be using another boiler for other parts of my base. Like, I'm planning on making a tree farm over here that connects to an andesite factory that takes the iron from down here. And in the andesite factory, I'll probably be combining it with the wood factory to create automatic cogs and gearboxes and casings and such. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. I guess I didn't get that much done in it, but what I did get done is nice to have done because it'll make everything else easier in the future. But yeah, I don't think I'll even have much to do between episodes, so not much will change. But I hope you enjoyed watching this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!